Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spirit World Insights. We are in our first week of October, and I am showing you just a lovely shot of one of the mountains here in Alaska, and it's right on the ocean of the Turnagain Arm. And I thought it was kind of neat how the clouds are just passing probably within 50 feet, 100 feet of the water, right in front of the mountains. And so as we do the video today, you'll be seeing these clouds streaming across your view. So, as normal for Spirit World Insights, I channel Archangel Metatron, and today he asked me to pull a card for the topic from the Mystical Shaman Oracle from Alberto, Villoldo, Colette Baron Reed, and Marcela Lobos. And the card that he brought through is the Beloved. So if you're familiar with that deck, then you can always go into the deck or into the guidebook for it and actually pull in the message from the Beloved. But what Metatron is bringing through is being very, very discerning. And I think that the word discernment has been coming up so much, especially in the past year. I mean, I probably had heard the word a few years ago, but it really wasn't coming into the same awareness as it was this past year. And I think that's because a lot of us are becoming a lot more aware of what is going on globally that is asking for attention. It's asking to be seen, to be recognized, and to be understood. It probably, for most of you, in a whole new way, ways that you never imagined. And so the word discernment has become a staple in your vocabulary, especially it has for me. And this is one of the main topics that Metatron brought through this year for me, was making sure that I do three things. He said, create healthy boundaries, have a divine discernment and especially in seeking truth, and then being able to be in alignment with creating the vibration of the highest good for all. And those three things have become almost like a daily mantra for me, because I feel, I don't know about you guys, but I can feel the necessity, or maybe even what I hear Metatron saying right now is, he says it's the calling. It's a calling for it. So maybe you've also experienced a type of calling that resonates with those three things that we just mentioned. So we go back to the Beloved card. The Beloved card from this deck is talking about seeing beyond the outer version of something. It's looking into the purest form of what is going on within, because it's very easy to look at something at face value and go, oh yeah, I know what that is. But remember that what you see at face value is typically a mirrored image of the reflection of what needs healing in you. I'll say that again. It's very, very typical that what you see in others can be a mirrored image or reflection of what is looking to be healed within you. Because your body is always in a constant state of healing, it uses the environment around you to show you what needs to be healed. So that might come from the people that are closest to you, and you get triggered by things, or you just start noticing things that you may not have noticed before, because in you, it's saying, hey, we need to be addressed. And that's why I always tell people, no matter what it is that's bothering you, go beyond that. And that, again, going back to this beloved card, go beyond the face value, go beyond what you see when you first react off of something, and go into the beloved nature of it. What is the beloved truth, Metatron says, that is beneath the surface? Because that's where you start tapping into the true essence. That the word essence is coming. I mean, and I'm doing Baba's essence. I mean, it's like there's so many key words that have really been played a lot lately from at least my spirit guides. But he's saying go into the essence of what the truth is, so that you can find maybe where the vibration is that you ought to reside. And I'm not going to say should, because should is in alignment with Shaman blame, and that's 3D. So we're going to say ought. Ought has no attachments to it. So you ought to think about, where should you be vibrating? Where should your frequency be? And I just said should. Where ought it be? Sorry. it's like a habit. Metatron's laughing. He's like, it is. It's so conditioned and embedded or branded into our vocabulary that we use these words because they kept us locked into limitations and guilt. And he's like, it's time to break through that stuff. It's time to, he even is saying, he goes, you want to break in. You want to break within your own self in that heart chakra. Go into the higher heart and look for the truth that's coming through. Pay attention to what these things are that draw you into something, and start asking questions, because the idea of finding resolutions, finding opportunities, finding answers, you get it through the question. And so Metatron's saying, ask the questions. Yeah. There are a lot of things in our global world right now that we could go deeper into, that we could see beyond the veil, or beyond, again, the face value, what it's showing you. And I challenge you to ask yourself this week, when you feel prompted to recognize something that seems off, where it almost seems like it's calling you to go deeper, to ask more questions. What's stopping you from doing that? Is it your default of ignoring it? Is it a default of numbing it? Is it a default of fear that you don't even want to know what's down there, in there, through there, around it? Believe me, I get it. I think everybody can relate to that in some form or fashion. What is it that challenges you this week? Ask yourself, what is it that's challenging you, that's asking you to see beyond the veil? What is looking you in the face? What is it? It's just like these clouds going by. You can see the cloud, you see it coming in, and it's like, it's asking you, look through it, look beyond it. Pull back the cloud, pull back the veil, and see what's deeper in there. Because you wouldn't be called, you wouldn't be resonating with it if it didn't have some type of information waiting for you to acknowledge it. And just remember that when you start asking the questions, it's going to start revealing itself. And here's the other thing that Metatron's saying is, keep in mind that whatever it is that's happening for you, you have the tools that you need in order to deal with it, to be the co-creator of finding whatever it is that's pulling you in. You don't have the tools for somebody else. So if somebody else is like, well, here's my situation, you're not going to be able to do that for them, but you can do it for you. Everybody has, I've always known it as like your own personal toolbox, and you have the tools that you need in order to handle what you are going through in your toolbox. And sometimes over the years, your guides will bring new tools in. Sometimes you'll have tools that you never seem to use at all, but you've got them. And so that's where Metatron's saying, go beyond the fear, look beyond the fear, because you do have what it takes in order to handle whatever it is that's calling you to come in deeper, to go more within. And then the added bonus is, once you do, there's freedom on the other side. There's something that's going to release, that's going to heal, that's going to process, that's going to open up doors. There's a variety of different options that'll be available to you once you do go within, beyond, through, over or under. And here's the other thing Metatron's saying. He's pulling back into the card of the beloved. He says, when you think of these journeys going within, especially when it's something you know is not necessarily going to be comfortable, he says, if you choose to move through the journey of it with a beloved attitude, that I am doing this because I love myself. I'm doing it because I love who I am and where I am going. I love my potential. I love my empowerment. I love my mission, maybe, on this planet. He says, go into the beloved aspect of who you are, what you're doing, and that will help the why. It'll help raise the vibration of the why. It will help motivate the how. And it will bring you through to the other side where there will be some freedom and some healing that's waiting for you. So I hope this message today is resonating for those of you out there that needed to hear that from Archangel Metatron. I'm always grateful to have him come in on Saturdays to channel through Spirit World Insights. If this resonated with you and you enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up so that we can help to get the video out there to as many people that could also benefit from it. And if you know someone in particular, please share it with them. Also, checking out the other video playlists that are going in. Baba's Essence is so fun. It's so wonderful to see the pictures every single week and the messages that come through those pictures. If you are a healer, if you are a wannabe, you know that healing is within, but you're just not sure yet how to tap into it. Or if you are seasoned in your healing, Awakened Healer happens on Tuesdays. All right, so from Alaska, I hope that you have enjoyed this beautiful scenic view over the Turnagain Arm over this weekend. I wish you many, many blessings, and beloved, 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 let that into your heart. Let it into your mind. Let it into your body. All right, take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.